when you think of a movie and you think, yeah, I've definitely seen that film, and it's one that we all know instantly. It's a bit of a perennial classic, you know. You feel like you've watched it on TV, you've possibly seen it on a DVD, or it's simply one of those things that you've seen clips of online and you think, oh yeah, I know that movie. Now, this particular movie is going to be hard to believe when I tell you, but it's 80 years old this year. 80 years old. Way back in 1942, when it was released, it wasn't deemed to be a huge success because, you know, they felt that it was a run-of-the-mill movie and that it would do well because of a couple of star names in it. But no, they had no idea that it would become a cult classic. Now, when I met one of the people that was closely associated to the movie, they said to me that no, truly, they just figured, well, it's another one, and they moved on to the next. Even though, of course, the moment it was released, it became a box office smash. People thought it was just a flash in the pan, a moment. What are we talking about? Good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Nice to have your company. We're talking about a movie that really, if I said, you know, as time goes by, everybody knows that song, don't they? It's incredible. And, you know, Casablanca, when it was released, as I say, 80 years ago this year around this time to test audiences is incredible. I was lucky enough to meet the celebrated director, Billy Wilder, and he told me that this was one of his all-time favorite movies, an inspiration, in fact. Hal B. Wallace, who was the producer of the movie, again, according to Billy, wasn't really sure that they got something that good. Let's not forget, it was all filmed inside Warner Brothers Studios, so it wasn't like one of those things where, you know, they thought, well, we'll go on location, we'll spend a lot of money. The stars, of course, are none other than Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. And when you think about it, let's not forget, of course, the contribution by the brilliant Dooley Wilson. Did you know, by the way, his piano that he played in the movie actually went for over 2.4 million a few years back? Can you imagine? I mean, that's the power of nostalgia, isn't it? To think that something that was just included in a movie, played by someone who's brilliant, he was a wonderful musician, but, you know, they could have never have known this, could they? I was lucky enough to meet Ingrid Bergman's daughter as well, beautiful lady, who said that her mother, you know, had really no idea, you know, that it was going so well. She just thought, well, you know, it was a good story. She was glad to be part of it, all of that sort of thing. And even when she came back over here to England to tour in plays, she couldn't believe that all those years on, people were still talking about such a wonderful movie. By the way, if you're in Brighton anytime and you want to see exactly where Ingrid appeared, she appeared at the Theatre Royal Brighton, and there's still her poster up in the bar area. Amazing to think, isn't it, that a woman that starred in such a cultural movie, a landscape movie as Casablanca, actually walked the streets of Brighton. I mean, you know, for me, I find that sort of thing fascinating. I know they're all humans, I know they're all people, but many people are superstars, aren't they? And the stars of Casablanca were truly no different. As ever, I just wanted to share that anniversary with you because when we look back at things sometimes, I'm sure you do, you know, let's not mention things like Grease, Saturday Night Fever. You kind of think, how long? No, can't be. I'm only 29. We're all like that, aren't we? But yes, let's raise a glass to the brilliant movie that is Casablanca. And you can find full versions on it for free if you've never seen it in full right here on YouTube. But more importantly, I'd love to know, have you seen it? Did you like it? And what were your thoughts on Humphrey Bogart? Watching it now, you kind of think, he doesn't look very tall. He doesn't look very menacing. Why was he seen as the bad boy of Hollywood? Interesting. As ever, Neil Sean in the very heart of London.